Hi guys, it's Dave with Tactical Hyve, and with again, holidays are coming up. We're going to talk about my top 5 tools or picks over $100 that I would choose. All right, welcome back, guys. Here we go with my top 5 tools over $100. Again, this thinking about the holidays coming, and you're going to buy gifts for your loved ones, right? So these are the top 5 things that I use a lot, or top 5 things that I'll really invest some time and effort and money into because of what they bring to me, whether I'm using it in a camping setting or whether I'm going to use it in a tactical setting. The very first thing on my top 5 tools list is a gun. Women, you can buy us any gun. My wife asks me all the time, what do you want for Christmas? Like, I'm so hard to buy for. And I tell her the same thing every year, a gun, right? It could be a gun for the truck. It could be a gun for the kids. It could be a gun for long range. It could be a gun for fishing. It could be a gun to be pretty and look at. It could be a gun that, I want to show off to my friends. Doesn't matter. The word is a gun. We talk about guns as being my number 1 pick, and this is my top tools over $100, right? Well, guns can range from certainly over a couple $100 up to the thousands. So depending on who you're buying for, what you're buying for, what your purchase capacity is, right? Kind of look at it from that perspective. If you're looking to get, just a gun, a good 22, pistol, fun to shoot. They are inexpensive to shoot. Anybody in the family can shoot them, and it's all inclusive. Makes it fun for the kids to go to range and shoot steel with it. So that's a inexpensive firearm that you can buy that everybody in the family can enjoy. Next you go into a pistol. If you carry every single day and you're a guy that always has a pistol on you, then, you're getting up into the $500 to $1,000 area range, but think about supplementing your carry or supplementing your truck gun or something like that in that range. And then clearly you can get into the well over $1,000 when you start getting into precision long range or even precision style or competition style pistols. So while speaking about guns, really makes me think though about our sponsor. Sponsor of this video is CCW Safe. If you carry a firearm, the chances that you may one day need to use it is there. And the time to get legal protection is not after the event, it's before the event. So check them out in the description below. They will bring out independent investigators. They will go to bat for you. They will help you financially. They are definitely worth checking out. So consider it if you're carrying a gun. It could be the best decision you made today. All right, so moving on to my second top 5 tools over $100. Rucksacks. And I'll just be honest with you guys, man, I am a bag fanatic. I've got a bag for everything, and I don't know if it comes from my time in the military or what, but you open up my bag, even you open my range bag, my stuff in my range bag are in bags, right? I've got a rucksack for my climbing gear. I've got a rucksack for my camping gear. I've got a rucksack for the range bag. I've got all these different bags, and a good bag, a quality bag, is going to run you over $100. Now you can get a small backpack, sure, but we're talking like a good Deuter, a good Osprey, a nice hiking bag is going to cost you, a couple of $100. But it's worth it. Some things I'm looking for in a big camping bag, right? Or a rucksack. I call it a rucksack, so it's hard for me to call it a camping bag, right? But if I'm looking at a 60-liter rucksack, I'm looking for adjustability on the spine. I'm looking for adjustability, how those shoulder straps and the hip straps, how you can adjust them to make sure that you can size it to that person. You can size almost all of them now, but when you buy them, they're also bought by small, medium, large, because different ranges and different capacity to change it to your body style. I'm looking for a good padded but rigid lap belt or waist belt, so it sits in place. And if you go to a reputable store, you go to any reputable outdoor store, REI, even your local outdoor stores are usually going to have people there that are very knowledgeable and skillful and can help you select and pick the right backpack for you. Now, if you're buying this for one of your loved ones, as long as you have an idea or a frame of kind of, how tall he is and how, what he looks like, or she, then they can help you also pick the right bag. All right, guys, my third tool over $100, a good GPS, a quality GPS. Now, again, it's over $100, and the price range for GPSs also can be, your cheapest little GPSs you can get can run you $150, $200, all the way up into some of the really high-end Garmin's and stuff like that. We're going to run you in the $700, $800 frames. A good Garmin watch. This is a Phoenix 6. It's a great GPS watch. They run about $700. But I also have a Garmin handheld that has different options and better options with map tools and stuff on it. They also run $700. The price range for them are wide, but so are the features that are included with each of them. And kind of look at how you want to use it and why you want to use it. Obviously I have the watch and I have the standalone, and I had those for different reasons. The watch is nice because, one, I always have it on me, and if I get caught somewhere and I'm like, well, I'm not really sure where I'm at, I can always mark my position. I can always come back to my position. It's just nice to have all the time when I need it. I don't use it that often because I have a standalone, but I do use it when I don't have cell service. I don't have my maps. I can't pull my stuff up. I have this with me. My standalone, what I like about it is I can download all my maps ahead of time. So if I'm planning a route or I'm planning an excursion out somewhere, ahead of time I can download all my maps, have high resolution maps, and that makes it really easy for me. I don't worry so much about paper. It's all right there in my handheld. Battery consumption is a big deal to think about with them. So again, only run lithiums in them. I highly recommend that. And a lot of them now, you can have the battery adapters and power converters that go into your vehicles and stuff like that, along with the antennas. So you can get magnetic antennas that go onto your vehicles. Like I said, the price range is very wide for them, but so are their usefulness. All right, guys, my fourth pick for top 5 tools over $100 is a good camp stove, right? And really, I get divided in between two of them. I get divided in between a good jet boil and a good stove made by MSR. Those are the two that I have the most experience with. I've used both of them extensively. And depending on what I'm going to use it for, depends on which one I'm going to take. If it's a short little hike, I'm only going to be out a day or two, and I've got plenty of room in my rucksack. I'm looking for convenience here. And in that capacity, I would use a jet boil. The jet boils heat super fast. They're a little bulkier than the MSRs, but the screw-on fuel canisters are super, super convenient. And they're really easy to use. I mean, anybody can use them. If I'm going to be out somewhere and space inside my rucksack is an issue, I'm going to cube out, or I'm going to be in some higher altitudes, or I'm going to be in a position where it might be tactical or survival and I need to use multiple different fuels or have the capacity. From then I would use an MSR multi-fuel stove. And they have everything from their whisper lights, which are super, super small and condensed, up to their much larger stoves. Depending on what you want and depending on what your needs are, it gives you a lot of options. But it's a great tool for over $100. I use it a lot. So give that a look as well. My fifth and final tool over $100 I would pick is a shelter. A good lightweight tent or something like that, right? But for me, when I'm going over $100, now these price ranges, the lighter something is, the more it costs, right? But also the lighter something is, in a lot of cases, the less durable it is. So, it's that careful balance between how durable do I want something to be or how extremely light do I want something to be, and what's my price range in the middle. I've got a great tent by Nemo. I've got a great tent by Kelty. Both of them have a really strong military side of the house where they build a lot of kit specifically for the military and specifically for Special Operations Command, which is kind of how I obviously got turned on to them. And they're extremely light. They're easy to set up. You can even break it up if it's 2 people. I have a 2-person Nemo tent, and I think it's under 3 pounds. I think it's actually like 2.5 pounds total. That's with the rain fly and everything. And me and my wife have used it multiple times. We used it during the Mammoth Sniper Challenge, and that was really, really good because that was putting it to the test out in the conditions. And then I've got another Kelty. Again, it's a single man, lightweight, extreme shelter. It's a 4-season shelter. It's a little more expensive, but it's not that much heavier than my Nemo. When I'm picking a tent, for me, really, I have 2 different types of tents, right? I have the type of tent that I'm going out and I'm going to be out for a few days, and I want to be light. I'm traveling fast. I'm traveling through mountainous terrain, and I have 100 pounds of lightweight gear in my rucksack, right? 100 pounds is still 100 pounds, but 100 pounds, I'm able to carry a lot more gear. I have a lot more options to me out there, right? So if it's just me and my wife backpacking for the weekend, I'm taking my lightweight tent. It's going to be a lot more expensive, a lot less durable. If I'm taking the kids camping and we're going for the weekend, we're kind of like car camping, or camping out of the back of our car. Honestly, we have a big 2-room tent that we put queen size mattresses in, blow those air mattresses up out of the back of the car, and everybody sleeps great. Nobody wakes up cranky. We can get through the day, have a great day, have a great pit by the fire. And those tents aren't very expensive. Those tents are $200, $300, maybe even cheaper than that. But that offers options for the entire family. I'm certainly not going to take that tent and put it in a backpack and carry it to the top of anything unless it's in the back of my truck. So wrap it up, guys. Those are my top 5 tools that I use a lot and have a lot of experience with in over $100, right? These are things that I would buy. Number 1, again, is a gun, because you can never go wrong, ladies, with buying us a gun. Just like we can never go wrong with buying most of you jewelry. I'm just saying. Number 2 is a good rucksack, right? A purpose-built rucksack for whatever it is, but invest time, effort, and energy into picking the right one, because it's going to be on your back for a long time. A solid GPS, or even a series of GPSs, depending on what you're doing and how you're going to employ them. A good stove, again, convenience versus packability. And then a tent, or a shelter. And again, it's the same thing, it's packability versus comfort. Those are my top 5. Hope you guys have a great time out there shopping for your loved ones. If you got other top 5s out there, or top 1s, if you got your tool you cannot live without, I would love to hear about it. So please write us comments, let us know, right? And if you like this type of content, you want to see more of it, smash the button, share the page, and subscribe. All right, so happy shopping, happy holidays. Thanks, guys.